everyone, it's Godzilla here, and happy Godzilla Day to everyone. It's officially Godzilla's 71st anniversary, so happy Godzilla Day to you all. And this is not a Godzilla video, it's actually my review of Bendy and the Dark Revival on Nintendo Switch. I don't know why I mentioned saying happy Godzilla Day when this is not a Godzilla video, but I just wanted to say it because, yeah. So anyway, you're probably maybe thinking, why am I reviewing this game again? When I reviewed it back in 2022 when it came out, when I finished the whole game. But I think 2 years later, or three, there was, it came out, the game came out in 22, then, basically about 2 years, 2 years later, this year, it came out on Nintendo Switch, and I bought the game on my Nintendo Switch, and I've been playing it since then. I haven't finished the other games I've completed, or rephrase that. Yeah, I haven't finished any of the other games that I downloaded, and haven't finished since I bought them on my Switch. So I wanted to focus on this game. I mean, it's pretty much the same game, but imported on Nintendo Switch. And it's about dang time before it came out on Switch. Like, heck, we've waited since, I think pretty much since it came out, when it came out on PC. And as a Bendy fan myself, I've been wondering if we'll get like another console import, whether it be for PS4 or PS5. Might be both versions. I think it might have been this year that Bendy and the Dark Revival came out on PlayStation and Xbox, I think. It only came out on those two consoles at the time. But I think, again, during this year, that it came out on Nintendo Switch. And I was dying to get it because obviously I played it on here. And obviously I played it on my computer. And I played it here. Well, I played it on here as well, which basically doing a let's play of the game two times already on PC. But when it came out on Switch, I was dying to play it. I think I said to myself that I would not finish any other game that I downloaded, or well, pretty much game I have on installed on my Nintendo Switch, whether that be Five Nights at Freddy's, Zelda, these are the games that these are the games now. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, uh, I think it was Super Mario Odyssey that I've not finished with yet. Well, technically, I mean the side quests and whatnot. I think the Telltale Walking Dead games, which I have not finished on my Nintendo Switch as well. Yes, I did get those four games on my Switch because if I ever go like on a vacation, if I want to take my Switch with me, I'll be able to play those games without taking my computer and playing it on here. So yeah, so I as of this a few minutes after before this video is recording that I finished Bendy and the Dark Revival on Nintendo Switch, and as always, pretty. It was it's pretty much the same game, obviously, but ported on Nintendo Switch, and it's still great from when it came out on PC back in 2022, obviously. And I think for like the only thing that I didn't like was it might this might be my criticism. Um, when I was playing on my when I was playing it obviously my Switch. There was there was a couple lagging. It was kind of lagging a little bit. I guess it was probably the frame rate. The frame rate got a little iffy throughout the game, or throughout my playthrough. And yet, well, for me, it was kind of annoying at times. And obviously, my my Joy-Cons were drifting, which means they just move automatically without me moving the joystick. So that's pretty much happens on my Switch because I've had it since 2018 for me. I think the Joy-Cons I have now are from a different Switch, which basically means there was a second one, which was not mine. It came from one. I think I took those Joy-Cons from a different Switch that is not here, but at my other parents' house. So I kind of stuck those. I thought they would be better than my actual Joy-Cons, which I got the neon Joy-Cons, and those drifted a lot. So I thought when I got the switched out those ones for the gray ones from the other Switch, as I mentioned, I thought they wouldn't have the drift issue, but apparently it's having a drift issue. So if you have normal working controllers, you're fine. And also talking about the lagging, when try to save my game, I basically have to try to do it like 4 or 5 times when I was trying to save my game if I wanted to like exit or or if I wanted to close out the game for probably play a different game, even though I said to myself I wouldn't play another game since I downloaded Bendy in the Dark Revival and whatnot. Move the camera a little bit and move it down just a little bit. Okay. So I thought that was kind of annoying at first. Then I, as I kept playing along, it didn't become much of an issue for me. I pretty much got used to it. But I do have to say it was kind of annoying. I kind of wish the whoever imported it or whatever made the frame rate pretty much this. I don't know if the PC version, the original release, when it was released on PC or computer, whatever. I wonder if it. I don't remember if it had any lagging issues. Maybe it did. I just don't remember because I haven't played it on my computer since. I think it was since when I last checked. I think it was since last year. I think when I played it on here because I played it on here a lot until pretty much until we got the Switch version. And yes, I am wearing my Bendy in the Dark Revival gloves that I've had to get a second time because one of the gloves went missing, which is this one right here. But anyways, so I thought the lagging was kind of a pain to deal with, but after a while, when I kept playing it, I got used to it. But it may not happen. I kind of wish they would like update it, like do an update where there's less lagging and whatnot. And pretty much throughout my playthrough when I was again playing on my Switch when I got it, there was some parts throughout the map, I should say. Pretty much this is a 4 game which you can free roam. Well, without the ink demon killing you, obviously. That happened to me 2 times on the Switch version. There were some parts that were clipping, like throughout the map, throughout the map, I should say, or studio, because it's again one full game, obviously, which was I thought that was kind of annoying when it came out on PC, but then again, I don't know why I said that twice. I got used to it after a while. Which I like how you can like free roam while I don't know if I said this in my other review when I finished on the on computer. I don't think I mentioned that. I like how you can free roam while you're trying to go through the main, I guess the main story, and you can actually backtrack or whatnot to whether to find notes, um, audio logs, and the memory parts, which I don't understand, like picking up memories, like objects. I didn't understand that the first time. I pretty much don't understand now. Maybe there might be something about it. I just haven't looked into it. And I think, and also trying to get the jet pipe upgrades, which kind of took me a while to do, but I managed to upgrade my jump pipe to its like the weapon you get throughout the game. Oh, pretty much where you get what as a weapon to fight pretty much to kill the um lost ones, and it pretty much is your protective weapon, kind of without well, kind of, but oh well. So there was some clipping throughout it, not clipping through the floor, but some parts of the map were clipping and not loading very good. I noticed that when I was playing as Beast Bendy, trying to reach the projector to finish off the game, like the main story, obviously. And there was some clipping with that one where some of the um, background building of it, I don't know what you call that. That pretty much ties into what I was just talking about. That there was some clipping in the foreground or background, whatever. And yeah, so I thought that was kind of annoying to deal. Not, I mean, it's not really a big deal because I think some import games tend to do that. I don't. I mean, it's not very big deal. I just thought I would point it out if you're gonna play this game on Switch. If you are a fan of Bendy of the franchise, I should say. I'm calling it franchise, but whatever. And another thing that I noticed, this is probably not one of my criticisms, like out of the three criticisms I do have of when I was playing Bendy in the Dark Revival on Nintendo Switch, is that there was some like like throughout the game, obviously for me, there was some parts of the music that didn't really play until a while, and there was some music and some sound effects missing out from this import version. And one thing I noticed when I was still continuing to get through the main story is that when in the old studio part where you got teleported to the old studio where it all began from Bendy in the ink machine where it all started. When I was going toward where the ink machine room that is still boarded off, I think it was probably after Bendy ink machine when I think you can probably hear it better on the headphones. That in this version, I went to see if you can hear the heartbeat, like the Ink Demon's heartbeat from his old version, the old version, which was obviously Bendy in the Ink Machine. Is that heartbeat sound is not there for some reason. I don't know why that was not added. It was pretty much added in the PC, but it wasn't in this one. So there are some missing sound effects, and sometimes some missing music, missing tracks, like music, obviously. But then they will kick in after a while. So I think that's only my main three criticisms, and I don't have anything else to say as criticisms wise. But other than that, it was sort of terrifying. But I mean terrifying, especially when the ink demon appears. Not really. I kind of wish you could actually see him when he up, appears. I think I mentioned that in my review of this game when it came out after I played it 4 days or 10 whatever days later, weeks, months, whatever. Is that I wish you could have like see the ink demon appear when I say appears. Not really. I didn't like that the first time. I said I don't like it, but it is what it is. But it still jump scares the crap out of me, that's for sure. But other than that, I don't have anything else to criticize other than the main three I mentioned. Overall, I am glad that this game was imported to Nintendo Switch, and it's actually a lot better, especially for someone who has a Nintendo Switch since 2018. For me, as I said earlier at the beginning of the video, excuse me, sorry, is that if I were to take my Nintendo Switch on a trip or to somewhere that if I ever got bored or wanted to play it on the TV, I could just hook up my Switch to the TV or just play it normally like I do now still, and I could just play the game whenever I want without getting distracted or yeah, just pretty much anytime I wanted to. So I am happy that it's on Switch. Other than my main three criticisms, one of them is not really a big deal, as I just said, or a few minutes ago, whatever. But it is still a fun game if you're a fan of Bendy, and the Ink Machine slash Food Dog Revival, etc. And I would highly recommend downloading it if you have a Nintendo Switch or have it on any console, whether it's PS4, Xbox. I think it just came out on Xbox at the time before Nintendo Switch. And yeah, so that is my review of Bendy in the Dark Revival, Nintendo Switch version. Might name it something. I might figure out what to call this video, but whatever. So that is it for me. I did the best I could to talk about my experience playing it on the Switch. I should have said Switch instead of Nintendo Switch, but same thing. So that is it for me. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.